That mutated coronavirus first discovered in the UK, now detected right here in San Diego. What local health officials are saying about the latest case. Local firefighters getting vaccinated this morning, while leaders say it's so important they get it sooner rather than later. And the mayor of San Diego signing an order pushing police to crack down on businesses defying health orders. ABC 10 News at 11 starts now.
ABC 10 News at 11 starts now.
Good to have you with us on this last day of 2020. I'm Jim Patton, and we start with that developing story, the country's second case involving a variant of the coronavirus recorded right here in San Diego. We've been tracking news of the mutation since it was discovered in the UK. Earlier this week, it was detected in Colorado before county officials found a case right here, which they believe is likely not the only one.
It's still the same virus. It's not different in that. It's just that this new lineage here may be transmitting a little better.
Now, county officials say the person involved in the local case is a man in his 30s who has no recent travel history and has had minimal social contact in the past 2 weeks, and trying to determine how he got it. Researchers say the mutation is more contagious than the original virus, but may not be any more severe. They're also optimistic that this won't impact the vaccine.
Yes, there was one very small preliminary study that was done where what they did was they took sera from people who had survived COVID-19 and then looked in the laboratory to see whether or not that sera neutralized this variant virus, and it did, in the same way that it would neutralize the non-variant strain. So that's a very good sign for the vaccine.
Health officials emphasizing everyone should continue following the health guidelines, washing hands, wearing masks, and practicing social distancing. Now, this morning, several first responders from the San Diego Fire Department are receiving the COVID-19 vaccine. ABC 10 News reporter Marie Cornell joining us live from home. And Marie, county says firefighters should be immunized now as they may be involved in the vaccine distribution plan.
Yeah, Jim, so the county says firefighters are receiving the vaccine this morning because eventually they will be involved with distributing the vaccine once we have more vaccines to distribute to the public. So what we saw this morning is we saw paramedics with the fire department giving the vaccine to their coworkers. Firefighters say they've seen an impact on their workforce as cases surged in the county over the past few weeks.
We are exposed to everything, and we are the first responders in that door, sometimes not knowing what we're going to be exposed to. And we are certainly seeing the surge. The whole county is seeing the surge, but our workforce is being significantly impacted right now.
The medics have been trained as vaccinators. They will eventually help the county administrate the vaccine to those in the top tier. The San Diego Fire Chief says the county will eventually give out more than 1,000 doses over the next day. Members from all metro area departments are participating, and the fire chief was among those that was vaccinated today. He said it was especially important for him as a fire chief to get the vaccine with his fellow firefighters because it shows just how important and how much he believes in this vaccine. Now we have to remind you, this was just the first dose. Remember, there needs to be a second dose for this to become effective. Reporting from home, Marie Cornell, ABC 10 News.
Marie, thank you so much. Well, the lawsuits against the county and state restrictions are growing. The Union Tribune reporting that 25 more gyms have filed suit, claiming that the regulations violate their constitutional rights as well as that of their members. Well, right now, gyms can only operate outdoors, but in some cases, that's just not enough. Not all gyms have the outdoor space or resources to move outdoors. The latest suit joins several others from businesses across the county, including restaurants, churches, and strip clubs, trying to ease the restrictions. Well, this comes as Mayor Todd Gloria is getting tough with businesses and groups that defy public health mandates. He has signed an executive order demanding police pursue fines and other enforcement actions against the most defiant violators.
This executive order is not designed to further punish those who have consistently done the right thing. This executive order is to hold accountable those who are responsible for prolonging this pandemic with their selfishness.
Well, the mayor also suspending parking enforcement in the city of San Diego to encourage people to stay home. Meanwhile, here's a quick look at the latest case numbers across the county. More than 2,400 new cases reported in the latest group of tests. 1 in 10 people in that group were testing positive. And now to Washington, D.C., where Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell is indicating there might not be another round of direct stimulus payments. ABC's Faith Abube is in Washington with the details.
Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell throwing water on hopes of another round of stimulus checks.
The Senate's not going to be bullied into rushing out more borrowed money into the hands of Democrat rich friends who don't need the help.
McConnell stands effectively blocking a vote on a standalone bill to increase the $600 stimulus checks to $2,000, an amount both President Trump and Democrats are demanding.
At the very least, the Senate deserves the opportunity for an up or down vote.
Most Republicans unwilling to support the boosted checks, worried it would raise the price tag of the newly passed $900 billion stimulus package. McConnell saying the Senate is willing to consider other options to provide aid to struggling households.
Smart, targeted aid, not another fire hose of borrowed money.
The president, however, still attacking his own party on Twitter and writing $2,000 ASAP. But his attention largely focused on trying to overturn an election he lost, tweeting January 6, see you in D.C. It's the day Congress is expected to certify the Electoral College vote for President-elect Joe Biden. Missouri GOP Senator Josh Hawley announcing he plans to stall the certification process. But the move is not expected to alter the election results. The impending showdown, though, just one of many on Capitol Hill, while millions struggle through a crippling pandemic. In just the last week, more than 787,000 Americans filed new unemployment claims.
People have mortgages, they have rent.
President Trump is cutting his Florida vacation short to return to D.C. a day early. The White House hasn't explained why. In the meantime, it's looking likely that the Senate will have to convene a rare weekend session to override Trump's veto of the Defense Authorization Act. Faith Abube, ABC News, Washington.
Firefighters investigating what started a house fire near Oak Park that forced a mother to jump out of the second-story window to escape. Neighbors shot this video of the fire as it ripped through that two-story home. Firefighters say the woman and her 3 children taken to the hospital for smoke inhalation, and that woman also suffering broken bones to her legs because of the jump. Her neighbors rushing to help her get away from those flames.
There was flames shooting out of the window that she had jumped out of, so if she hadn't jumped, I don't know what would have happened to her.
A firefighter also suffering minor burns to the leg and is expected to be okay. All right, let's check back with Vanessa Paz here on this last day of 2020 in our weather picture, and a year coming up without chocolate, apparently.
Without chocolate, that was my New Year's resolution. Gave way too much of my money to the bakeries amid the pandemic. But hey, what is going to follow us into 2021, Jim, the spectacular weather that we're going to see. I know this live look I'm about to show you right now out in the Ocean Beach area looks a little overcast, and it is. But the good news is a lot of the clouds should taper off by the afternoon, making way for plenty of sunshine. Meanwhile, in the Mount Laguna area, still a little bit of leftover snow. So if you're hoping to catch a glimpse of that, the good news is you still can. But of course, bundle up if you plan to head out there. 59 degrees is what we are seeing towards the beaches right now, with the exception of Oceanside, already at 61 degrees. Your New Year's Eve forecast, daily forecast, I should add, looks a little like this. We're going to be in the lower 60s, upper 50s through the coast and through those inland neighborhoods. But coming up after the break, I'll let you know what the mountain highs look like, what the desert high looks like. And of course, we're talking possible rain. I'll let you know all of that and who it could affect and how much we could possibly get. That's all ahead of my full forecast. Jim?
Sounds great. And if you have any extra chocolate you're going to toss out, don't do that. Just you can give it to me and I'll make sure.
I will send it to you.
Okay. Thank you, Vanessa.